She mentioned that her ex-BF was like a sibling to her. Then I discovered his underwear in her gym bag, so I returned them with a note saying, "Keep what's yours." She called upset, but I was already out with her best friend. I'm a 38-year-old man, sitting here at 2 a.m., still processing what happened today. My girlfriend Tessa, who is 34, and I have been together for about 18 months. She's been staying at my place for the last 6 months, though her name isn't on the lease or any bills. I thought I was just helping her save money. Quick background. Tessa often spoke about her ex, Derek, as if he were just a harmless childhood friend. "He's like a brother to me," was her favorite phrase. They kept in touch, texting regularly, and she would help him out with random tasks like moving furniture and giving him rides when his car was in the shop. It raised a red flag, but I decided to see how things unfolded. About 3 weeks ago, I began to notice some changes. Tessa suddenly became very enthusiastic about fitness, joined an expensive CrossFit gym, and started working out 5 times a week. Before this, she hardly touched a treadmill. When I asked about this newfound interest, she said she wanted to get fit and feel better about herself. 2 weeks ago, she started mentioning that Derek was struggling financially and couldn't afford his old gym anymore. I didn't think much of it until she came home from workouts, talking about a new guy at her gym who was helping her with her form. Last week, she accidentally called this helpful gym guy Derek and quickly corrected herself, saying she meant Derek level helpful, because he was always good at explaining things to her. Yesterday evening, Tessa was rushing to get ready for her gym session. As she grabbed her water bottle, her gym bag tipped over, spilling everything out: protein powder, towels, a change of clothes, and then something that made me freeze. Men's boxer briefs, Calvin Klein, size large. They weren't mine. I just stared at them for a moment. Tessa was in the bathroom, so she didn't see what unfolded. These weren't random boxers from a laundromat mix-up. They were expensive, clean, and neatly folded, as if someone had carefully packed them. When Tessa came back, I held them up and said, "Hey babe, these fell out of your bag." Her face went pale, then flushed, and she began speaking rapidly. "Oh, those are Derek's. He forgot them after our workout yesterday. We used the family changing room because the men's locker was being cleaned, and he asked me to hold on to them." "Family changing room? I didn't know Derek went to your gym now." "Yeah, he just joined last month. I helped him get the membership deal I have." I handed her the boxers without saying anything more. Tessa stuffed them back in her bag and left for the gym as if nothing had happened. After she left, I did what any sensible person would do. I searched for Derek's social media, easily found his Instagram, scrolled through recent posts, and there it was from yesterday. A mirror selfie at what was clearly Tessa's gym, flexing in the exact same Calvin Klein boxers. The caption read, "New gym, new gains. Thanks for the motivation, babe." I took a screenshot. Then I kept scrolling through more posts from Tessa's gym over the past 3 weeks, with comments from Tessa featuring heart and fire emojis, and Derek responding with things like, "Couldn't do it without my workout partner." Some partnerships just click. Yeah, I bet they do. I sat there for about an hour just contemplating, not yet angry, just cold and calculating. Tessa had been lying to me for weeks. The like a brother line was complete nonsense. She was sneaking around with Derek at the gym and was foolish enough to bring his underwear home. When she returned around 9 p.m., she was all sweaty and chatty about her workout, asking if I wanted to watch a movie. I said sure, while planning my next move. This morning, I told Tessa I was running errands. Instead, I drove to a print shop and had a simple card made. White cardstock, black text. "Keep what's yours, a concerned friend." Then I placed the boxers in a manila envelope with the card. I drove to Derek's gym, found the address online since it was the same one Tessa goes to, and left the envelope at the front desk addressed to Derek with "Personal from locker room" written on it. The desk clerk said they would ensure Derek got it when he arrived for his usual 4 p.m. session. Derek called Tessa at 4:47 p.m. I know because she was in the kitchen when her phone rang, and I heard her answer. "Derek, what's wrong?" "A lot of what?" "No, that's impossible." "How did he?" "I don't understand." She entered the living room looking frantic. "I have to go deal with something. Derek's having some kind of issue at the gym." "What kind of issue?" "It's complicated. Something about lost property. I'll explain later." She grabbed her keys and left. That was 6 hours ago. She's been texting me every hour, asking where I am and if I'm okay. "Can we talk?" I haven't replied to any of them. At 5 p.m., I texted Tessa's friend Mia. "Hey Mia, want to grab dinner?" I could use some company. Mia and I always got along well. She's known Tessa since college, but we have similar interests and she's always been honest with me. She responded immediately. We went to a nice steakhouse downtown. Mia asked if everything was all right between Tessa and me. Actually, no. I found out she's been lying to me about Derek. They're clearly more than friends. Mia's expression shifted. She looked uncomfortable but not surprised. Ryan, I was wondering when you'd figure that out. You knew. I've been watching Tessa repeat old patterns for months. Derek never got over her when they split 5 years ago. The whole like a brother thing was her way of keeping him as a backup option. Mia informed me that Derek and Tessa had dated for 3 years in their 20s. He wanted to marry her, but she ended it to explore other options, yet they stayed in contact. When Tessa and I became serious, Derek started getting more involved, and Tessa loved the attention. She's always needed multiple guys interested in her, Mia said. It makes her feel wanted, but she's been crossing significant lines with Derek lately. What kind of lines? Dinner dates she calls friend catch-ups. Texting all night. She even went to his place 2 weeks ago when he was sick and didn't return until 3 a.m. I felt that cold anger settle deeper. Tessa had lied about that night too, claiming she was having a girls' night with Mia. Why didn't you tell me? I kept hoping she'd stop being foolish, but honestly, Ryan, you deserve someone who isn't always looking for a replacement. We had a nice dinner. Mia's smart and honest, and it's refreshing compared to the constant lies and manipulation. By the time we finished dessert, I was clear on what needed to happen next. My phone was blowing up with calls from Tessa. I showed Mia the texts. She was freaking out because Derek probably confronted her about the underwear delivery. Mia said, "Good for you for not ignoring the obvious." I asked Mia if she wanted to grab drinks somewhere else. She agreed, and we went to a cocktail bar. Mia excused herself, and Tessa was calling again. I'm considering answering this time just to hear her story. This is far from over, but I feel good about how I handled it. No drama, no emotional breakdown. Just returning Derek's belongings to where they belonged. Update 1, 48 hours later. Well, that escalated exactly as I anticipated. Thanks for all the comments and messages. It's reassuring to know I wasn't overthinking the whole underwear situation. I did answer Tessa's call that night while I was out with Mia, putting it on speaker so Mia could hear the performance. Ryan, where are you? We need to talk right now. I'm having drinks with Mia. What's up? Someone sent Derek his clothes left at the gym with a strange note. Sounds like someone was being helpful, returning lost property. A long pause. Mia was smirking. It wasn't lost property, Ryan. Those boxers. I can explain everything. I'm sure you can. You're very creative with explanations. Don't be like this. Come home so we can talk like adults. I am being an adult. Adults don't sneak around with their exes while lying about family changing rooms. She started crying then, sobbing. You're being paranoid. I love you, not Derek. This is crazy. Crazy is bringing your ex-boyfriend's underwear home while telling me he's like a brother. We use the family room because you're sleeping with him. Got it. Click. I hung up and ordered another drink. Mia filled me in on more details about Tessa's recent actions. Apparently, Tessa had asked Mia to cover for her multiple times over the past month. If Ryan asks, we went shopping. Or if Ryan calls, I'm at your place. Mia had been refusing, but Tessa kept insisting. She's been living 2 different lives, Mia said. Derek thinks he's winning her back. You think everything's normal while she's collecting validation from both sides. We stayed out until around midnight, having a great time. Mia's easy to talk to, and we clicked in ways I hadn't experienced in months. When I got home, I found Tessa waiting for me. She looked like she'd been crying for hours. We need to talk, she said immediately. Go ahead. Derek and I aren't having an affair. Yes, we've gotten closer, but nothing serious happened. Those boxers were from when we worked out late, and he needed to shower before going home. He showered at your gym? The family changing room has a better shower. His apartment's water heater is broken. The lies kept becoming more intricate. Tessa, I saw his Instagram. He's been posting from your gym for weeks, calling you babe and talking about partnerships. Her face went pale. You went through his social media? I looked at public posts. Big difference. That's just how Derek talks. It doesn't mean anything. And the heart emojis you comment with. We're friends, Ryan. Friends support each other. I was done with the conversation. Tessa, here's the situation. You've been lying to me for weeks about Derek, about where you go, what you do, and why you're suddenly obsessed with fitness. I don't trust you anymore. So, what are you saying? I'm saying you need to decide what you want, but you can't keep me around while you figure out if Derek's grass is greener. She started crying harder. That's not what this is. I shouldn't have to choose between my boyfriend and my friend. Your friend whose underwear you're carrying around and who posts about workout partnerships? Yeah, you should choose. I went to bed. She spent the night on the couch. The next morning, she was gone when I woke up, leaving a note saying she was staying with Mia to think things over. Mia texted me around noon, saying Tessa wasn't there. I knew exactly where she was. Derek posted an Instagram story yesterday afternoon. 2 protein smoothies captioned, "Refueling with my favorite workout partner." Real subtle. Tessa returned last night around 10 p.m., trying to initiate another negotiation. I've made my decision. Derek and I are just friends, but I understand why it looks suspicious. I'm going to set clear boundaries moving forward. What kind of boundaries? No more one-on-one workouts, no more hanging out alone. Just group settings. Too little? Way too late. Tessa, you spent yesterday with him after telling me you were at Mia's. You're still lying right now. I needed to explain the situation to him. Set those boundaries, huh? By spending the entire day together? It was complicated. No, it's simple. You lied again, just like you have for weeks. What does that mean? It means this isn't working. You should start looking for somewhere else to stay. The tears started again, but I was past caring. She'd been playing both sides for weeks, and I was finally done being manipulated. She's been staying in the spare room since then, trying to restart negotiations, but I'm not interested. The lease is in my name, and I've already decided this arrangement is over. Mia and I have been texting regularly. She's been supportive and honest throughout this whole mess, a refreshing change from the constant lies and manipulation. Update 2, 1 week later. This week has been a textbook example of escalating desperation. Tessa really tried every manipulation tactic in the book. Monday was the full confession strategy. She woke me up with coffee and tears. Ryan, I need to tell you everything. Yes, Derek and I have been getting close again. Yes, I've been hiding things, but nothing major happened. Define nothing major. We haven't slept together. We kissed twice over the past month, but that was it. Now we're getting closer to the actual truth. Where? Once at his apartment after I helped him set up his new TV. Once in his car after our workout last week. I felt horrible both times. And you decided the best way to handle feeling horrible was to keep seeing him and lying to me? I didn't know how to tell you. I knew you'd end things. So instead, you decided to see how long you could string both of us along. No response. Tuesday, she tried the guilt approach, reminiscing about our 18 months together, how good we were as a couple, how she'd never connected with anyone like this before. You're throwing away something real over a few mistakes, she said. I'm ending something that stopped being real months ago when you started sneaking around with Derek. Wednesday brought threats. She said she'd tell people I was controlling and paranoid, that I went through her belongings and harassed Derek, that I was trying to cut her off from her friends. Go ahead, I told her. Anyone who knows the actual facts will see through that immediately. Thursday was bargaining time. She offered to block Derek completely, delete his number, find a different gym. All the things she should have offered months ago. Too late, Tessa. You made your choice weeks ago. Choices can be unmade. I choose you. You chose Derek every time you lied to me about him. Every text, every workout, every excuse, those were all choices. Friday, she tried to turn me against Mia. I know you've been talking to Mia constantly. Are you sure she's not poisoning you against me? Mia's been telling me the truth. That's more than you've done in weeks. She's always been jealous of what we have. She probably loves that we're falling apart. Mia warned you for months to stop lying before you lost me. She was trying to save our relationship while you were destroying it. That's not how it happened. That's exactly how it happened. Saturday morning brought the nuclear option. I woke up to find Derek in my living room with Tessa. Apparently, this was her last-ditch plan. Ryan, man, we need to clear this up, Derek said. Tessa and I are just friends. Whatever you think is going on, you're reading it wrong. I looked at both of them. Tessa looked terrified, and Derek looked like he was trying to sell me something. Derek, I honestly don't care what you and Tessa are, but she's been lying to me about it for weeks. That's the problem. She was protecting my feelings, Derek said. I've been having a rough time lately, and Tessa was just being supportive by making out with you and bringing your underwear home. His confident expression cracked. Look, man, that was just evidence that she's been playing both of us, and now it's over. Tessa's moving out, and you two can stop pretending. Derek looked at Tessa with confusion. You're moving out? Apparently, Tessa hadn't shared our breakup conversations. She'd been keeping both of us in the dark about her actual situation. We're talking through some things, Tessa said quickly. No, we're not, I corrected her. We broke up. She's moving out by next weekend. Derek, you need to leave now. Derek looked between us, finally understanding he'd walked into a bigger mess than he expected. Tessa, what's he talking about? I'll explain everything later, she said. You should go. After Derek left, Tessa made one final attempt. See, he's confused too. We really were just friends who got a little too close. Tessa, stop. Just stop. Pack your things and figure out where you're going. This is done. She finally got the message and started packing that afternoon. Mia came by Sunday to help me rearrange furniture. Tessa had picked out most of the living room setup, and it felt good to reclaim my space. How are you handling everything? Mia asked. Better than I expected. I should have trusted my instincts months ago when the red flags started showing. What red flags? Her phone was always face down. She got defensive about Derek. Suddenly obsessed with fitness after years of avoiding it. The lies became obvious once I stopped making excuses for them. Mia nodded. Tessa's always needed backup options. Even in college, she kept multiple guys interested at once. We ordered takeout and watched a movie just as friends, but it was comforting to have someone around who genuinely respected me. Final update. 2 months later, it's time to conclude this story. It's been approximately 2 months since I found Derek's boxers, and everything unfolded as expected for two people who think they're smarter than they are. Tessa moved out that weekend and went straight to Derek's place. According to Mia, who occasionally hears updates through mutual friends, the fantasy lasted about 3 weeks. It turns out Derek enjoyed the thrill of sneaking around more than he liked actual relationship responsibility. When Tessa was the forbidden fruit, meeting for secret workouts and stolen kisses, it was exciting. But when she expected him to be her full-time emotional support, not so much. The issues arose when Tessa wanted Derek to make their relationship Instagram official. She had just gotten out of a long-term relationship. He suggested keeping things private while she sorted out her feelings. Tessa didn't want privacy. She desired the same level of commitment and public validation she had received from me, combined with Derek's excitement factor. The problem was, Derek preferred the chase over the catch. Once he had her complete attention, he began treating her like an option instead of a priority. Mia heard from Tessa about a month ago. Apparently, Derek is emotionally unavailable and doesn't put effort into the relationship. He doesn't text her good morning every day like I did. He doesn't plan thoughtful dates or remember details about her work drama. It's like he doesn't actually care about me, Tessa told Mia. Mia's response was perfect. Maybe you should have thought about that before you destroyed something with someone who did care. The absolute best part happened 3 weeks ago. Mia and I had been spending more time together over the past couple of months. Nothing rushed, just a friendship slowly blossoming into something more meaningful. We decided to make it official and go on a proper date. Dinner at that same steakhouse where we first went, then a comedy show downtown. While walking from the restaurant, we spotted Tessa and Derek coming out of some chain place, clearly in the middle of an argument. Tessa noticed us first. Her face went through shock, hurt, anger, and finally a calculating look, as if she was trying to figure out how to play the victim. Ryan, Maya, what are you doing here together? We're on a date, Maya replied calmly, no drama, just facts. Derek looked confused. Wait, you two are dating now? We are, I confirmed. Tessa stared at us as if we had personally betrayed her. How long has this been going on? About a month officially, Maya responded. Why? It just seems really fast, Ryan. You were telling me you loved me 2 months ago. The nerve was astounding. She stood next to the guy she cheated with, questioning my timeline. Tessa, you were sneaking around with Derek 2 months ago. I think we managed our timelines just fine. Derek's expression shifted as he processed that Tessa had been playing both of us simultaneously before our breakup. Maya, I thought we were friends, Tessa said, her voice rising. We were friends, Maya replied. That's why I spent months telling you to stop lying to Ryan before you lost him. You ignored that advice. This is unbelievable. You were supposed to support me, not steal my ex. Maya simply looked at her. Tessa, you threw him away for Derek. You don't get to be upset when someone else appreciates what you didn't. Derek looked increasingly uncomfortable. Maybe we should head out, he suggested to Tessa. No, I want to understand this. Ryan, are you seriously dating my best friend to get back at me? I'm dating someone who's honest with me and actually wants to be with me. Revolutionary concept. This is revenge, isn't it? Maya stepped forward. Tessa, believe it or not everything revolves around you. Ryan and I connected because we're compatible adults, not because we're plotting against you. I don't believe that. Then don't, I said. Doesn't change reality. Tessa began crying right there on the sidewalk. Derek awkwardly attempted to comfort her, and they walked away mid-scene. Maya and I went to the comedy show and had a fantastic time. No games, no lies, no drama, just two people who genuinely enjoy each other's company. Later, Maya informed me that Tessa called her the next day, demanding she choose between their friendship and dating me. Maya's response was that she wouldn't allow Tessa to control her relationships the way she tried to control mine. You had something good and threw it away because you wanted everything, Maya told her. I'm not making the same mistake you did. Tessa hasn't reached out to either of us since then. According to mutual friends, she and Derek broke up 2 weeks ago. Apparently, he grew tired of the constant neediness and drama that comes with dating someone who requires constant validation. She's been posting vague stuff on social media about fake friends and betrayal, very subtle. The so-called revenge, if you can call it that, wasn't some elaborate plan. It was simply the natural outcome of Tessa's choices. She wanted to keep both Derek and me interested while lying to both of us. And as a result, she ended up losing both of us, along with her closest friend. Maya and I are taking things at a reasonable pace, but everything is going really well. She values honesty and loyalty because she's seen what happens when those qualities are absent. We want the same things and are actually compatible rather than just convenient. Tessa is now living with her sister, still complaining about how unfair her life is. There's no accountability, no self-awareness, just anger that her games finally caught up with her. She thought she could have everything. Keep me as the stable provider while exploring her options with Derek, and keep Maya as the loyal friend who would enable her lies. Instead, she lost all three of us because she couldn't be honest with any of us. That empty feeling she has now, that isolation, she earned that through months of lies and disrespect. And honestly, that's the perfect justice. She didn't just lose a boyfriend. She lost the trust and respect of everyone who cared about her. Meanwhile, I'm with someone who shares my values and genuinely wants to be with me. Sometimes the best revenge is simply living honestly while watching others deal with the consequences of their lies. Thanks for following this complicated situation, Reddit. Time to focus on better things.